Invicta Racing have already announced their lineup for the FIA Formula 2 Championship for 2025, and it is a very exciting lineup. They bring in reigning FIA Formula 3 champion Leo Fornaroli, who crowned himself the champion on the last corner of the last lap in the Formula 3 Championship at Monza last year, racing with Trident. Despite not taking a victory all season, he now joins Invicta Racing. He did do a few races in Formula 2 last season, but now he comes in for a full campaign. He's going to be alongside Czech racing driver Roman Staněk, who's had a couple of seasons now in Formula 2. He made history by becoming the first Czech racing driver to win in the FIA Formula 2 Championship. He won last season, so be interesting to see now how he does in FIA Formula 2. He swaps over to Invicta Racing, having raced with Trident last year. So let's see how Roman Staněk gets on. It's going to be an interesting pairing. Roman Staněk paired with Leo Fornaroli coming in. That is Invicta Racing, and that makes a pretty solid lineup for them as they look to go after victory in 2025. Well, let's get more on Invicta Racing and their chances going into the season. Let's find out about their chances and hear from Feeder Series F2 editor Martin Lloyd.
Yeah, I think with Invicta, it's a really interesting situation that they're in. It's their first F2 titles last year, with the team's title and the driver's title with Gabriel Bortoleto under the Invicta name. And it was a really impressive season from them last year, because you had Bortoleto, who was the reigning F3 champion, and Invicta had shown a lot of faith in him and brought him up under his McLaren Academy stewardship. And he did an amazing job last year. He was making a slow start, and eventually he got to the top of the pile in the late summer, and never really looked back after that. He fought Isaac Hadjar a lot, and Invicta showed how strong they are as a team, because Campos last year, they had their mechanical issues, but they were an incredibly strong competitor. This season, they've gone back to the Trident Formula 3 champion route that was so successful last year with Leonardo Fornaroli, not taking a win last season, but that consistency that he showed in Formula 3 was the exact trait that Gabriel Bortoleto showed that won him the title last year in Formula 2. Bortoleto only took two wins in comparison to Isaac Hadjar's 4 feature race wins, which showed that actually he was not the strongest driver in terms of winning pace over the course of the season, but actually he was able to be more consistent across the whole season. And that's what Fornaroli could bring. He could be a title contender. Unlike Bortoleto, it took him 2 years to reach the summit in Formula 3. But it was a really interesting season for Fornaroli, and I think it's a great pickup for Invicta to have him. The partnership that Invicta have complements each other quite well, because you've got Fornaroli on one side of the garage, who's a rookie, and then you've got the more experienced Roman Staněk on the other side. He's had a couple of difficult years in Formula 2 with Trident, but he's tried to pick himself up. He left Trident at Monza last year, but quickly found a seat for this year with the champion team, which was quite impressive in itself. Staněk will hopefully be looking to try and lead that team, and he thinks he's got title contender potential, as he told Feeder Series recently. And I think it's a really interesting partnership with the experienced driver, with the rookie, and I think Invicta could be a contender to defend both of their titles, with Staněk having difficult seasons in Formula 2 recently, but having finished 5th in Formula 3 a few years ago. So there's definitely a lot of talent there. So a formidable partnership for Invicta this season.
Great stuff. Great to hear from Martin Lloyd. Will history repeat itself? Will a Formula 3 champion come to Invicta and win the championship with Formula 2? And will Roman Staněk, as Martin Lloyd said there, find that form that he had in Formula 3 a couple of seasons ago? Well, that's what F2 Feeder Series editor Martin Lloyd thinks. Tell us what you think in the comments below.